Welcome back to the Forever World, everyone. This episode is going to be a little bit different. Unfortunately, there's been a loss in my family this week, and I haven't had much time to record or edit, but I still wanted to post something meaningful. So today, I'm going to be building a small garden and gazebo across from the Church of Mending, as a small tribute for this truly amazing person. A place of reflection and peace to immortalize him in this forever world. In all honesty, guys, I really only have a couple hours to record this video, but the plan is that I will be editing it while I'm away. So we're gonna waste no time with this one. Let's get ourselves some resources. I'm thinking stone materials, some stone brick and cracked as well, some mossy cobble, probably some andesite, stone, and believe it or not, some diorite. And I'm thinking that we're going to build this right over here. We were struggling to figure out what to do over here anyways, so I think this is a perfect use. So I'm thinking of putting the gazebo right about here-ish, maybe? So let's just outline something first. Yeah, that looks like a good shape. Not too big and not too small. Now let's lay down a nice cobblestone floor here. And then we'll go ahead and we will add some mossy areas too, just kind of like this. And let's mix in a little bit of this stuff here too. Can't have a video without a bear interruption. Yep, I hear you. Alrighty, we got a floor in now, so let's see if we can find the center. Alright, right there. So I don't want this thing to be massive, so let's maybe put some posts out here like this. And then on the diagonal as well. Then we probably don't need that guy anymore. And let's go ahead and run some pillars just going straight up like this. Yeah, I think that's a decent height. That's 7 blocks tall. Let's do our regular and head out to Perspective Island over there. Yeah, once we get a roof on that, that will be the perfect size, I think. Alright, let's head up there again. And we're going to go ahead and top all of these with polished andesite. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some andesite walls too. And we'll use that to just kind of connect up here. Then let's go one layer of regular andesite. And then we'll get some slabs going. And we'll just kind of border the entire thing with slabs here. Yep, that's looking pretty good so far. I do think I'm going to bulk that up though. And then for now, I'm just going to make a dome here out of cobblestone, and I'm going to mix in some mossy cobblestone too. And I'll explain my reasoning in a few minutes here. Yeah, there we go. Taking a step back and looking at the base shape that we got here, I really like it. I'm also liking it from out here. It's very subtle and it does kind of blend in right now, but I think once we do a little bit more of the detailing that I want to do, it'll stand out a bit more. So for the blocks that I still need for this build, we need to head over to our lumber mill, which I have actually been working on stream, hence this path that we now have going over here. We need ourselves some of these. We're going to get ourselves some flowering azalea leaves. That way we can get a little bit more green and color going up here. There we go, this is turning out quite nicely, I think. The azalea really added that little pop of color. Now, in the center here, I want to make a little bit of a pedestal, something kind of like this here. Maybe we'll replace the center with a polished andesite, and we'll return to that later. For now, I want to work on the surrounding area here. So, I don't usually do this in this world, but just for the sake of time, I'm actually going to use a tree that I designed a while ago for my friend Kitrix in her hardcore world, and we're just gonna make that again here. We are gonna make a slight adjustment though. The schematic calls for mangrove wood because I was making her a mangrove tree for her world, but we're gonna swap it out for oak wood, I think. Because if I make that tree out of mangrove, then I'm pretty much committing to making all the trees in this area out of mangrove, and I really don't want to. That just seems like it would be agony. Alrighty, we've gathered all the materials that we need for this tree here. Plus I gathered a little bit of dirt because we're going to re-terraform this area a little bit too so that the tree's on more of an elevated plane. So let's get block placing. There we go. I'm happy with how the modifications to this tree turned out. Now we just gotta add some more details to the area. We'll get some lanterns in here. And then around the side of the tree here, I want to make a little garden here. Something kind of like this. We'll replace this with coarse dirt now. And then we'll just do a basic path going through the garden here. And then we'll get our flowers in. There we go. We got some nice color in here now. So let's take our path and we will lead it over to the gazebo first, I think. And then we'll take a path from the bridge over here down to the gazebo as well. Oh, I'm going in a very weird direction. I'm gonna block this off here. I actually made a semi-gradual decline here for a path, so we may as well use it. Obviously it's not super ideal, but I mean, it'll work. There we go, just a tiny little path going down to our points of interest over here. And then I want to break off a very thin path coming this way. And we're going to throw down a campfire here and just throw a few seats around it. There we go. It's a very small detail, but once we do a little bit more landscaping in the area here, it'll really bring the thing together, I think. Now I'm just going to bring some tall grass and some flowers into the area here and add some coarse dirt around the path like we have in all the other areas in the world. And there we go. I'm quite happy with this area. Now, there is one more thing that I need to add here, and we're going to need one of these to do it. As I mentioned, I was building this for someone, so we're going to throw an armor stand right in the center here, and we're going to throw down a sign on the front. Hit it with some white dye and a little bit of glow ink. This monument is dedicated to Daniel, and I will be giving him the armor right off my back here because he deserves it. We're all going to miss you, Dan, but we'll never forget you. I know this is probably a heavier episode than you guys were hoping for. I definitely had different plans for episode 9, but, you know, life has a way of throwing a wrench in our plans. But if this experience has taught me anything, it's that you don't have any control over the amount of time that you have here. All you have control over is how you spend that time. So make sure to enjoy your lives and live a little. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this smaller episode. Let me know if you guys enjoy the smaller builds and everything like that. Obviously, it's not going to always have heavy meaning like this one, but maybe we can do some other smaller builds around the world to kind of fill the area out. But I'll tell you this, episode 10 is not going to be small. After all, look at our day count. Can you guess what's going to happen next episode? We're going to be doing something that you guys have been asking me to do for a long time. I'll admit I don't know when episode 10 is going to come out. Obviously, I have some stuff to take care of here, and I will be gone for, well, as long as I need to be gone for. But when we come back, we're going to have some fun. But until then, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.